Virgo, a door has opened. It won't stay open for long. Between June 18th and 22nd, you'll be tested or awakened. This moment was written in your soul before you were born, and if you miss it, the chance may not return for decades. This isn't just astrology, it's prophecy, and your soul has already felt it coming. Comment: I walk through the soul door. Subscribe for more cosmic timelines. In the realm of stars, only a few moments carry the weight of destiny. June 18th to 22nd is one of those moments, a sacred alignment, a soul gate, and once sealed, now open, and it won't remain that way for long. Virgo, this isn't some passing horoscope. It's a portal that only reveals itself to souls who are ready, not perfect, and you, yes, you, are ready. This door isn't made of wood or stone, it's made of light, of memory, of soul contract. It doesn't appear in the outer world. It opens inside of you. For most of your life, you've felt like you had to earn everything. Love, respect, rest. You carried the invisible burden of being the strong one, the smart one, the one who holds it all together. But that wasn't your truth. That was your training. This portal is not unlocked by pain. It opens through surrender, through softness, through finally choosing yourself. June 18th to 22nd isn't random. It's been waiting for you. It's the moment when the timelines begin to shift, when fate starts echoing louder than fear. You may feel it already. A strange stillness behind the noise, a sense that something's coming, and it's not chaos, it's clarity. This is why your energy has felt scattered, why your emotions have been pulling you inward, because the soul gate only appears when the world outside starts to lose its grip. If you've been dreaming more, if you've been waking up between 3 and 5 a.m, if you've been craving silence, space, nature, you're not broken, you're aligned. The universe doesn't shout, it whispers, and right now it's whispering to you, Virgo. Are you ready to come home to yourself? This door is a test, not of strength, but of faith, not of knowledge, but of trust. Will you stop chasing what was never meant for you? Will you walk away from timelines that your soul has outgrown? Because here's the truth, you don't need to earn this, you don't need to fix yourself, you need only to choose the path that already belongs to you. And when you do, the energy shifts. Suddenly, the things that drained you disappear. Suddenly, your intuition becomes sharp, your voice returns, your peace deepens, the fog lifts. Virgo, you've walked through decades of lessons. You've played the roles others gave you, healer, fixer, sacrificer. But this door is calling your real self, not the one who serves others endlessly, the one who remembers why they came to Earth. This isn't about becoming someone new, it's about returning to who you were before the world told you who to be. And that return begins now, not someday, not when you're ready, now. Virgo, every choice you made, every heartbreak you endured, every silent sacrifice no one noticed, it was all part of your preparation. Since the moment you took your first breath, a soul cycle began, one rooted in karma, in duty, in deep spiritual refinement, and now that 33-year cycle is ending. You've carried burdens that weren't yours. You've lived in survival mode when you were meant to thrive. You've waited for permission to rest, to speak, to choose, but no more. The door opening now, it doesn't just mark a new phase, it marks your liberation. And that's why it's so intense. You might feel emotional for no reason, exhausted, even when you haven't done much. You might feel like the old you is slipping away because it is. The timelines you built out of fear are collapsing. The patterns that kept you small are unraveling. And the people who drained your light, they're being pulled away for a reason. Virgo, your karmic training is complete. This is no longer a test, this is an awakening. You weren't being punished, you were being shaped, and all the things that broke your heart, were breaking open your spirit. Look back for just a moment. Notice the patterns, the repeating lessons, the mirrored relationships, the dreams that returned again and again. Now realize, it wasn't random, it was coded, and that code is completing now. The next chapter of your life cannot be built with the energy of the last one, and the universe knows it. That's why it's pushing, pressuring, purging, because you're being aligned with who you really are. This door opens not for the version of you that played small, but for the version that remembers how powerful your soul is. You've always felt like something bigger was coming. You just couldn't explain it. You sensed something deep inside. A mission, a pull, a calling. This is it. Everything you've survived wasn't random. It was precise, divine, essential. And now the wheel turns, the chapter closes, the karmic loop breaks. But listen closely. You must walk forward, not with fear, but with faith. Let go of the roles, let go of the guilt, let go of who you had to be to stay safe. Now is the time to become who you were born to be. This soul gate won't wait for your hesitation. It opens when you say, I'm ready, not ready to be perfect, just ready to be real. Virgo, this is the end of the old cycle and the beginning of the one your soul came here for, the reason you were born in this lifetime, the mission you felt but couldn't name. June 18th to 22nd, it's not a deadline. It's an invitation, but you must walk through it on your own. A Virgo stands in silence. A candle flickers. Dreams flash across the sky like shooting stars. Time slows. A sense of something unseen presses close. Voiceover. Virgo, you don't need to go searching for the door if you're meant to walk through it. It's already reaching for you. And it's not loud. It doesn't knock like a storm. It whispers through signs, through energy, through deep inner knowing. If these signs are showing up in your life, then the door is calling and your soul already knows it. 1. You feel an unexplained pressure in your chest or heart chakra. It's not anxiety. It's not fear. It's your soul trying to open, and the resistance is what you're feeling. You might feel a flutter in your chest, a tightness when you think about change, a pulse of emotion out of nowhere. That's the door opening inside of you, breaking down old walls you built to protect yourself, but no longer need. 2. Your dreams have intensified, especially of doors, stars, or past lives. The dream world is where your higher self speaks the loudest, and lately it's been shouting in symbols. Doors, corridors, lights you can't describe, people you don't recognise, but feel deeply connected to. This isn't fantasy, this is memory, soul memory. You're remembering pieces of who you were before this life, because to walk through this door, you must carry the truth of all that you are. 3. Old relationships or patterns are returning, not to stay but to close. Suddenly, people from your past show up, or old emotions resurface. Cycles you thought were done, repeat one more time. This isn't a setback, it's a cleanup. The universe is giving you a chance to choose differently, to finally end what you were too afraid to walk away from the first time. This is your soul reclaiming power. You're not repeating, you're completing. 4. You feel lost, but somehow more certain than ever. You can't explain it to anyone. You don't know where you're going, but something deep inside says, keep going. You feel like you're standing between two lives, the one you built to survive and the one calling you to rise. That tension, that in-between space, it's sacred because it means you're exactly where you need to be. 5. You crave silence, solitude, and soul over noise and distraction. Everything you used to chase, attention, validation, constant motion, feels empty now. You find yourself pulling back, needing more time alone, needing less noise, less people, fewer explanations. That's your soul preparing for the shift. It's detoxing the chaos, so you can hear the calling clearly. You're not isolating, you're aligning. Virgo, if even one of these signs is showing up for you, the door is already here. You don't need to earn your way through it. You need to recognize it, feel it, trust it. This isn't fear. This isn't confusion. This is the ancient part of you waking up. The part of you that knew this life would be hard, that it would be lonely, but that one day the light would return. June 18th to 22nd is that return. The universe isn't yelling, it's whispering. It's time. Virgo, this isn't a scare tactic, but it is a warning. If you ignore this moment, this cosmic window between June 18th and 22nd, you may stay locked in a version of your life that no longer fits your soul. Not because you failed, not because you're unworthy, but because energy has timing, and this alignment has a pulse, and that pulse is fading. This door is not permanent. It's a rare moment of divine invitation, and if you hesitate too long, the light that once guided you will go quiet. You'll still live, you'll still move through days, weeks, years, but deep inside something will feel off. That's how it starts. The regret of not choosing yourself, the numbness that replaces clarity, the confusion that creeps in even though you're doing all the right things. You'll feel it in your chest that something could have changed but didn't. You'll wake up wondering why you still feel stuck even after healing, why the same patterns show up again, just with new faces, why you still shrink yourself even when no one's asking you to. That's not life being unfair, that's you staying in a timeline you were meant to leave. Because timelines are living energies, and right now you stand between two. One is the life you've already known, predictable, heavy, safe, but silent. The other is calling you forward, uncertain, powerful, aligned, and real. If you choose not to act, the old timeline won't punish you, it will keep you, and that's the danger. You'll keep explaining yourself, keep doubting your voice, keep attracting people who don't see you because you've stopped seeing yourself. And Virgo, you weren't born to be invisible. You weren't born to carry everyone else's healing while abandoning your own. The door opens once, and if you turn away now, you may spend the next 7 years circling the same soul lesson. You'll look at your life and feel like something important slipped through your fingers, and you won't be able to name it, but your spirit will know and it will ache. This isn't about punishment, it's about permission. The universe can't force you through the door, it can only open it. You must walk through it, you must choose your alignment, even if you're scared, even if no one else understands. Freedom doesn't always feel light at first. Sometimes it feels like letting go of everything that once made you feel safe. But you're not here to be safe, Virgo. You're here to be sovereign, whole, aligned, powerful. And right now, you're being offered a life beyond survival, a life beyond fixing, a life where you don't have to shrink to fit. If you turn away from this door, the world won't end, but the part of you that's been waiting for this moment will go quiet again. And that silence, that's the real cost. So if you feel the pull, don't deny it, don't second guess it, don't ask for more proof. You are the proof. The fact that you're still listening right now means your soul already knows. This is not a time for fear, this is a time for courage. And you don't need to be fearless, you just need to act in spite of fear. Because that door you're staring at, it leads to everything you almost gave up on. A single candle flame in the dark, Virgo holding a journal, barefoot under the night sky. Water flows nearby as soft light flickers on their face. The door glows in the distance. Voiceover, gentle and empowering. Virgo, the door is open. But no one can walk through it for you. This isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it intentionally. Your spirit doesn't need more pressure. It needs a ritual, a moment to say, I'm ready, to yourself, to the universe, to time itself. 1. light a candle and speak your truth aloud. Don't wait for the perfect words. Don't wait for everything to make sense. Just light the flame and speak. Say what you're afraid of. Say what you're ready for. Say what you want. Even if your voice shakes, say it anyway. Because the moment you speak your truth into the flame, the old timeline starts to dissolve. 2. Write down what you're leaving behind. Take a piece of paper. Write every name, habit, memory, belief, and fear that you no longer want to carry. Be honest, be raw, be done. On the night of June 20th or 21st, when the moon is near full, burn it. Let the smoke carry it away. Let the past release itself through fire. You don't need to rehash it, you need to release it. 3. Meditate near water, stream, ocean, or even your bathtub. Water is the mirror of the soul, and right now your soul is trying to show you something. Sit by water, close your eyes, don't think, don't chase answers, just listen. Breathe deep and ask, what do I need to remember? Then be still. Your soul will respond in images, in emotion, in energy. Trust it. 4th. Stand under the stars and declare your next chapter on the final night of this portal, June 22nd. Go outside. Stand barefoot if you can. Feel the earth under you. Feel the sky above you. Then speak your next chapter, out loud. What do you want to become? What are you choosing? Where are you going? Say it like a vow, not a wish, a declaration, because your voice, spoken under the stars, is a sacred contract. It activates the new timeline, it echoes through realms you can't see, and calls your future forward. Virgo, these rituals aren't superstition, they're soul technology. They realign your body, your mind, and your spirit with truth. You've spent years overthinking, overworking, overgiving. Now is your time to receive. Receive guidance, receive clarity, receive your next chapter. This is how you walk through the door, with intention, with presence, with your soul leading the way. Virgo, if you walk through this door, here's what awaits. Clarity that silences your overthinking. The mental loops, the what-ifs, the constant second-guessing, they start to fall away. You begin to see things for what they are, not what you fear they'll become. Your mind becomes an ally, not a prison, not a battlefield. You stop thinking in circles and start moving in alignment. A return of a soul gift you buried long ago. There's something inside you that's been asleep, buried beneath years of duty, doubt and distraction. It might be your voice, your creativity, your healing touch, your ability to see what others can't. Whatever it is, it's not gone. It's just been waiting for this exact frequency to rise again. And once you step through the door, that gift returns. A divine calling that aligns with who you really are. No more chasing jobs, titles, or roles that never fit. No more bending just to be chosen. No more performing just to be accepted. Instead, you feel called not by society, but by your soul. You'll wake up and know what matters. You'll feel drawn to places, people, and missions that fuel you, not drain you. This isn't a career move, it's a soul move. The peace that comes when you stop trying to become and start simply being. You no longer fight to prove yourself. You don't need to. You no longer chase love. You are it. You don't have to earn rest. You rest because your energy is sacred. You stop becoming and you finally arrive. Peace isn't passive anymore. It's your baseline. The power to guide others without speaking a word. People will feel your presence before you even enter the room, not because you're louder, but because you're clearer. You'll become a guide, not by preaching, but by being. Your life will say what your voice doesn't have to. You'll walk into chaos, and others will find calm just by standing near you. Because your energy will speak truth without needing explanation. Virgo, this is what unlocks when you say yes. Not a fantasy, not an escape, but a real life. One where you finally live in your purpose instead of chasing it. After this, life won't go back to normal, and it shouldn't. Because the version of you who needed normal, who played small to stay safe, that version no longer exists. You'll still face challenges, but you'll meet them from power, not panic. You'll still feel emotions, but you'll know how to hold them instead of being swallowed by them. You'll still walk among the world, but your soul will no longer be hiding inside it. This is the reward of answering the call, freedom from the old, alignment with the true. This door isn't about changing who you are, it's about becoming who you've always been. Virgo, you felt out of place your whole life, not because you were broken, but because your soul was waiting for this moment. You weren't behind, you weren't missing anything, you were being prepared. Every delay was alignment, every heartbreak was redirection, every quiet night when you wondered if your life had meaning was part of the plan. Between June 18th and 22nd, the gate is open, and you don't need to prove anything to walk through it. You only need one thing, to say yes. Don't wait for the fear to vanish. Don't wait for someone to go with you. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because you are ready. This is the moment your future self is whispering about, the choice that shifts everything, the step that says, I remember who I am. So Virgo, say yes, step in, and walk into the life you were always meant to live. Comment, I walk through the soul door, like if your soul felt this message. Subscribe for more Virgo prophecies. Share this with another Virgo. Their time is now too.